Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala.
And I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott. Court resumed today after an unexpected issue caused testimony to be halted yesterday in the Karen Reed murder retrial. She's facing trial for a second time for allegedly killing her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
Today, O'Keefe's niece testified, but we were not allowed to show video or play audio of her testimony because she's still a minor. Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson, though, was inside the courtroom for her testimony, and he joins us now with a debrief.
Powerful day of testimony on day 15 in the Karen Reed murder retrial here in Dedham, Massachusetts. The niece of the victim, Officer John O'Keefe, she took the stand today. It was a powerful moment after this clip about the relationship was played. Take a listen.
That was not right. John made it clear to me, I'm never breaking up with you.
No cameras or electronics as the 17-year-old niece of Officer John O'Keefe took the stand. Her teenage friend sat in the gallery and the courtroom was quiet as she described fighting during and after a January trip to Aruba. She also described the chaotic morning her uncle died. Karen Reed was shaking her awake at around 4:30 in the morning and ordered her to call Jen McCabe. At one point, she said that she overheard this, quote, "Maybe I hit him." She was then asked, how many times did she say that? She answered, "I think once." The jury also heard from a bioexpert from the state crime lab who detected blood on John O'Keefe's clothing. She also swabbed for DNA on the outside of the taillight and noticed a hair and pieces of broken glass near the bumper and tested Reed's SUV for traces of blood. Listen to this.
What are you referring to when you refer to the undercarriage of the vehicle? I know it may be common sense, but just to be clear.
What I understand the undercarriage to be, where if I was laying underneath the car, what I would be looking at, it include the muffler, various pipes, but that's the extent of my knowledge of vehicles. I performed screening tests on some of the lower lying areas of the undercarriage, on the tire flaps, the edge of the bumper, the muffler pipe.
And what were the results of that testing, that screening testing?
Those results were negative.
And negative for what?
It was a screening test for the possible presence of blood.
Outside the courthouse just moments ago, Karen Reed left along with her defense team. When I asked her if she had any comment about the niece taking the stand, she said no comment. Testimony resumes tomorrow, 9 a.m. Michael Ashley.
All right, thank you so much, Matt Johnson, for all the latest there from Dedham. Right now, let's go back inside the courtroom. A biological criminalist with the Massachusetts State Police Crime Lab is on cross-examination by the defense.
That the vehicle went on. You talked generally about the weather. It's close.
So, try and ask a question without too much.
I understand. Understood, Your Honor. Thank you. In your experience as a forensic scientist, too, is it possible for glass that is perched on a bumper to travel 60 miles and be subject to average wind speeds of 15.7 and still remain on the bumper? Objection.
So it's sustained without a proper foundation.
Understood. Have you ever had experience with analyzing glass on any surface, an outdoor surface, and correlating that glass to weather conditions to make a determination as to the likelihood that glass could be or not be in a certain place on a certain date and time? Have you ever done that?
No.
Based upon what you know about this case, just based upon what you know, and from your role as a forensic scientist, too only, do you believe that information would be relevant to your role as a forensic scientist too?
Sustain.
How did you recover the glass? What tool did you use to recover the glass on the bumper?
Tweezers.
How difficult or easy was it for you to take the glass off that bumper with, did you say tweezers?
Yes, that's correct.
How hard or easy was it for you to remove those pieces of glass with tweezers?
It was not difficult.
So it was easy.
Yes, correct.
You can take that down, Mr. Wolf. Thank you. Moving on to another category, Ms. Hartnett. You testified on direct examination that you located an apparent hair on the rear right quarter panel of the vehicle, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And again, we say apparent hair for the reasons we've discussed. You didn't know at the time, so you use the word apparent, and you don't take away the apparent until testing confirms it's hair, correct?
Correct.
So the apparent hair was not sitting on the horizontal bumper, but it was on a vertical portion of the panel. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And that's the quarter panel, right?
Yes.
And that's a smooth surface, right?
Yes.
That hair wasn't secured to that panel, was it?
No.
It, in fact, wasn't secured in any way on that quarter panel, correct?
That's correct.
It wasn't taped.
No.
It wasn't glued. It wasn't stapled.
No.
It was not affixed in any way whatsoever.
No, it was not.
You found this apparent hair at the same time you found the glass pieces on the bumper, correct?
In the same general time, yes, that's correct.
When you say same general time, it was just one day you were there, correct?
Yes.
The range of time wasn't that broad, was it, correct?
No, it was not correct.
What was the range of time between finding one versus the other?
I don't know specifically. I was there for approximately 2 hours, so within that time period.
So within just 2 hours, you found the pieces of glass and the apparent hair, and within that time, you did your examination, you made your notes, all of that done within just 2 hours.
Yes, that's correct.
You remember the journey we talked about of the vehicle that you spoke about with regard to Canton, Dighton, Canton? You recall that?
Yes, I do.
So do you know whether, do you have any knowledge whether that hair was part of that journey? Do you have any knowledge?
I do not.
Do you know when the hair was deposited on the vehicle?
No.
Was it easy or hard to take off the apparent hair from that quarter panel?
It was easy. Again, I picked it up with a pair of tweezers.
Didn't give you any resistance?
No.
With your Honor's permission, I would like us to look at a depiction of the hair. May I, Your Honor?
What exhibit number?
It is, I believe we're going to start with 144B.
Okay.
And if you could zoom in, please, Mr. Wolf, for the jury and for Ms. Hartnett. Do you still have a laser pointer, Ms. Hartnett?
Yes, sir.
Could you kindly use that and draw a circle around the apparent hair?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to refer to that as a J shape. Is that a fair description of it, or do you have a better description of it?
I see two ends of the hair in an arch, so I'm going to say more of like a C-shaped.
Okay, so you would refer to that as a C shape?
Correct.
And would that be a reverse C? Then if it's a C shape?
In that picture, it's difficult to tell if the ends are making contact or if they're coming off the vehicle, so I'm not sure.
Whatever way you would describe it, a letter or shape, because then what I'm going to do, it's not a trick here, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you another picture of it, of that hair that might be in a different location or different shape. So I want to give a contrast. So whatever term you want to use that's fair to you.
So I think it looks like a C. I can't say, it could also be like a U. I'm not sure which way the ends are facing from this perspective.
Can you once again, just so we're clear and the jury's clear, just draw a circle around it again, what
Sure.
you're talking about, and we won't give it a name,
Okay.
right? We'll just do the contrast. Right.
Okay.
So if I were to just say there looks like there might be a little hook at the top and then there's a vertical line, is that a fair description?
Yes.
Okay, so can we go with that? A little hook at the top and then a straight or a line, that vertical line that comes down?
Sure.
And
yes.
that hook is orienting left, correct? Of the vertical line? It's to the left of the vertical line?
Yes, I do see it from this perspective to the left. That's
Okay,
correct.
very good. And that's the apparent hair.
Yes.
And you only saw or found one apparent hair, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, if we could, Mr. Wolk, now go to Exhibit 144A. And if you could zoom in on that for Ms. Hartnett and the jury's benefit. Could you draw a circle now around the apparent hair? Thank you. And isn't...
We need to take a break here. When we come back, the witness wraps up her testimony for the day. Stay here with us on your front row seat to justice.
2022.
Court has ended for the day, but we are bringing you some of today's best testimony. We just heard from a biological criminalist with the Massachusetts State Police on cross-examination. Now I want to share some of her testimony on direct examination by the Commonwealth about pieces of glass and scratches found on Reed's black Lexus.
I was asked to examine a black Lexus SUV.
And was there a black Lexus SUV?
Yes.
As you were observing and making, analyzing the item, did you see whether anybody was taking photographs?
Yes.
When there's a person taking photographs, do you ever have any input or direct them, or do they do that totally independent of you?
After they're done doing what they're required to do, I will ask them to take specific photographs because I do not perform that function at a crime scene.
When you first arrived, did you have a chance to walk around the vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Did you observe the vehicle from standing behind it, looking at the back of it?
Yes, I did.
May I approach, Your Honor? Thank you.
Yes.
You need to see these?
No, thank you, Mr. Brown.
I'm handing you a document. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
This is the rear of the black Lexus SUV.
Does that photograph, does it appear to be substantially accurate to what you saw that day?
Yes, it is.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw?
Yes.
Ms. Harnett, is that what you saw when you arrived?
Yes, it is.
Did anything stand out to you when you first looked at the back of that Lexus?
I noticed there was some damage to the rear passenger area of the vehicle.
With the court's permission, I'd ask to show the jury P-144.
Okay.
Could you describe what you saw, ma'am?
Yes, so this is the driver's side of the black Lexus.
Thank you. You can take that down. Did you get a closer look from the right side of the Lexus to pay detail or attention to what you described from the back view that stood out to you?
Are you referring to the damaged area?
I am.
Yes, so I did take notes of that area and as well as had additional photographs taken of that area.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm showing you a photograph. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
What is it?
This is a close-up photograph of the rear passenger side tail light area.
Does that photo depict what you saw that day?
Yes, it does.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction?
Yes.
With the court's permission, I'd like to use that as an exhibit.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Exhibit 140?
May I show it to the jury, Your Honor?
Yes.
P-161, please. Could you describe what you saw?
Yes, that is the rear passenger tail light of the vehicle.
Is that how it appeared when you first walked in that day?
Yes, it is.
In addition to the broken taillight that we just looked at, did you make observation of any other things? And I'm just asking generally, not asking you to specify.
Yes.
Were there other things that stood out to you?
Yes.
Did you take any swabs to see if there was any biological evidence?
Yes, I did.
Where did you take swabs from as far as trace for blood?
I screened for blood on various areas of the undercarriage of the vehicle.
And what was the results?
Those were negative.
What does negative mean?
It means that there was no blood present in that area, or if there was, it was below the level of detection of our test.
Did you make any observations where you saw items or marks of interest?
Yes.
I want to ask you about any observations you made of the back bumper. Was there anything significant that you saw relative to the back bumper of that vehicle?
Yes.
And share with us what you saw.
There were scratches on the bumper as well as apparent pieces of glass on the bumper.
We need to take a break. When we come back, the witness testifies about a strand of hair she found on Reed's black SUV. Keep it here on Court TV Live.